get somebody right off the bat. Question the power all the time. Pandemic realness, okay? Like it's 1918. Shouldn't say I have a lot of friends, because usually happens more when I'm smoking weed. This video will either be better or worse because of it. Oh, shit. I'm guessing good. Did I get your attention? Apparently I'm supposed to do something crazy in the beginning of the video to grab you in. So I figured, well, why not fall off a chair? Why not? Hi. Welcome. Why am I doing this video? That's a good question. I wanted to make a video to kind of, I don't know, talk about why I'm putting things on YouTube. I've been told since I was little.
You're so passionate. You're so passionate when you talk.
You know, in other words, for loud, and I talk a lot. I have a lot to say and I can speak really fast. I will do my best not to do that, but I can't always help it. It just kind of comes out like that. So I figured, why not lean into that a little bit more? Put some more things out there that are fun, different, me. Maybe they won't all be fun. Maybe you won't find me that different. And that's cool. That's cool. I was talking to a couple of my friends about this. A question kept coming up of, you know, who are you making them for? Who are you making them for? Who's your audience? Who's your audience? Who's your audience? One of the YouTube rules is that, you know, find your niche, or find a niche of a niche and really dig into that niche and go for that niche. I guess in that sense, a little different. I have a lot of interest. I have a lot of ideas. I've created things my whole life, really. And I really got sucked up into the whirlwind and the world, what American life is supposed to be. But I've always had these moments, you know, if free time where I really just delved into writing specifically, whether it was lyrics or little stories or like whatever, usually a lot of lyrics. And I've done, you know, videos on different platforms and things before, and it's just never something I've like been able to see through, because life always happens. I have to get that job, I have to start doing that, and then my energy is just drained. In this new world that we're living in, this pandemic world, pandemic realness, okay? Like it's 1918.
A reference to the Spanish influenza.
In this new world, I've just really kind of settled back into myself, and in being unemployed for a while, really refound my love for like writing and creating and doing things. And thinking about this YouTube channel, you know, and in being told like, oh, you have to pick one thing. That's been another constant theme in my life.
Pick something, Cameron. Pick something. Just pick one thing and focus on it.
And there's a lot of little different things I want to do with YouTube. I want to incorporate some wine stuff and wine education in kind of a fun way, using some drag.
I have 10 years of experience in the industry as a wine director, a wine buyer, a label writer, a trainer. I've worked in tasting rooms, I've worked at different wineries, I've worked for a distributor.
I started a wine club, which is still going.
I was the host of sold out events for years, and so I definitely want that to be a part of it.
But it's also not my, like, it's not my love. It's just something I'm really, really good at, and I've spent a lot of time in, so it makes sense. The other purpose for doing this channel is to kind of be able to have an outlet to express more of myself and creativity, putting some of my writing out there, because it's original content. It's mine. I wrote the whole thing, so I can do what I want with it. Oh, you know what? We're in Washington State, and it's legal. If you're over 18 or 21, whatever the age is, weed is a great thing. Not as, I mean, yeah, I mean, it really is. It's its own medicine in its own way, so yeah. Back to why a YouTube channel. Outside of wine, I want to have an outlet for more of my creativity. I definitely have a more artist side to me in writing lyrics and playing a lot with music, and I really want to do more of that, but you know, I'm not supposed to. I'm too old, or too whatever, too this, too that. But oh my god. Reasons to not smoke. In getting asked that question of like, well, who are you making it for? Who are you making it for? Who's your audience? Who's your audience? It's really interesting, because I think in different components of my personalities,
because I have a few.
Different people feel different ways about the different components or aspects of my personality. So I think even in regular life and day-to-day life, my audience changes, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Why am I doing this channel? This channel's for me. To be honest, I'm tired of being told what I can and can't do, what group I need to fit in or niche I have to be. My whole life's been a niche. I'm a niche. I've never really found like my tribe or a tribe of people or community of people that I fit into. I've been a part of a lot of communities, but as far as like people that are like me, and we have more than just personality, but you know, how you grew up, education, how you view the world would be a big one. Also being, you know, mixed race is a big one. Although she's looking real white today, that's fine. My hair is blue dry today. Blue dry? Oh, wow. I blow dried my blue dry. I used a blow dryer on my hair today, and so she's real straight. More people will watch this because I look whiter right now. Part of being mixed. Anyway, this channel is really a place for me to be able to put some of my creativity out there, put my writing out there, put my thoughts out there. Doing more music, I want a place to put all of that stuff. And I'll figure out a way to like section it out. I got like friend time and story time, review times like I'm talking about music, or maybe doing a review on a movie or something. Who knows? I don't know. But come on. She's professional. I'm investing myself into this for the first time of actually being a creator full-time, a creative digital content creator. I'm really leaning into that, whether that is short stories of fiction, or like I said, my lyrics, or maybe poems. Maybe I'd write more lyrics than anything else, or even me doing music, which is something I've consistently always done. I've just never taken it all the way to the completing of the project. I want to do that for me, because the truth is that even in this horrible, crazy time that we are in, the pandemic has really brought me some clarity in how I want to spend my time, how I want to spend my life, creating these things and doing these things for me, things that I want to share with people and engage in conversation. And sometimes your audience isn't always who your circle of people are that you have in your day-to-day life. That's something that took me a long while to realize, recognize, and accept. I just kind of want to share with more people my life, my thought, my head, because I'm crazy. I'm crazy. At least I'm aware of it. You know, I joke about these personalities, but I really do have my own little characters. You know, people have always called me a chameleon. It's been a point of contention in my life sometimes, because people will think that I am molding into the crowd or something else, that I'm
Not being my true, authentic self.
when in reality that is all part of my true authentic self. And some of that came from being little and never there not being people like you, whether that's because it was queer or being you know, biracial, or like especially with the white Mexican mix, American Mexican mix where I live. There's a lot of one or the other, not a lot of the together. No, some of that chameleon qualities in life are actually a protection sometimes, but also like, because I could never fully be like myself in any place. And so I ended up being all of those things. And depending on my mood, I can be high, I can be low. Definitely know that I deal with depression. My friends know that. That's an up and down thing. You know, we've tried a lot of drugs in our life. That's not necessarily an up and down thing, but been a potential issue. Maybe I'll go there at some point. And you know, that's the other thing, is like, I do talk a lot. My friends know that, and sometimes that's one of the hardest things in some of my friendships, is I really love to communicate. I really thrive on that, having discussions and talking about feelings, talking about who you are, what you think, how the brain works, and how people come to their own conclusions of things are one of the things that interests me the most. So I love conversations. And this has been a problem before. There's times where I can argue a point that is not a point that I share. It's not like an opinion I share, but can do it because sometimes there needs to be another voice in a room of a perspective that's not there, and sometimes that can cause contention. I have realized as an adult, I really try and am aware of when I'm doing that, so that I can kind of pull back and know, like, okay, I'm on this camping trip with one of my best friends. It's just the two of us. Why am I pushing this point that is not even a point that I share? I'm just pushing it to, like, devil's advocate, basically. Well, and that devil's advocate and kind of questioning things comes from growing up. My mom always encouraged me to question authority, learn rules, but not all rules are good, and to really have an understanding of where the information is coming from and who the information is coming from when you're receiving it. Question why something's being done and try and think about it in different ways. And so I've always done that. It is one of my biggest strengths, and it is also a big weakness of mine. And that's something I'd like to share here. I think what I'm trying to do here is find another outlet to be more personal and just be me and talk about the things that I want to talk about or engage in how I want to engage. And if anyone likes it or people want to participate, then that's great. That's awesome. Because yes, I've always encouraged conversation. And I think that in this new world, pandemic realness world that we're living in, now that I am also was building up ideas and working and just trying to get better at writing and all this stuff for the last couple of months, and now I'm trying to actually do more things and put them out there. It's also been, lonely. And I think everyone's feeling loneliness in one way or another because of the pandemic. There's just so many things that have made me think differently over how and where I want to spend my time. And I want to spend my time doing things like this. That's what I want to do. And so that's what I've been doing and will continue to do. It's why I have the studio with a friend, so that I can work on music and I have a space to go to write and create. And I hope that maybe out there in the ether there's people that'll find that journey interesting or want to come along or be part of it. I think being able to talk more to you, to who, to whomever. Just being able to do this will help me keep going and doing the things that I am loving doing in all of my personalities and all of my craziness and all of that, because I know that I can be a lot. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that have been told that they're a lot. And everyone has their own reasons why. Sometimes it's just part of your personality. And I get it. And sometimes two people that are both a lot, it's hard for them to be in the same room together.
They're usually Sagittariuses.
I'm a Sagittarius, by the way. Gemini moon, though, so shout out to those two-sided Geminis. See, things like that. I would love to talk about astrology. All of it. So that's what this channel is. That's what my channel is. My Lord Glitter. Lord Glitter.
Lord Glitter.
Lord Glitter.
That's what my channel is gonna be. The things that I want it to be. And I'll try and organize it in a way that is cohesive and makes sense for somebody else's brain.
But I want to do some things where I bring some friends on and we have a discussion, and that's it. I want to do some things with wine. I want to do some things with music. I want to share my creative writing. I want to talk about music and movies because I love those things.
This is what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna do me. I hope you do you, and I hope you come along for the struggling life of a YouTuber. We're just gonna do it and see what happens. If you even made it through half this video, wow. If you got all the way to the end, I mean, I guess we should be friends. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye. Yes.